Just wanted to respond to one element. The 300 number does not reflect all of our outreach. I understand where it's coming from. It doesn't, and part of it is because there are other meetings that we didn't take head counts out. There are also estimates. But I understand where the confusion comes from.
Let me stop you here, Jake. We said at the previous meeting that we wanted to get all the information, the meetings that occurred, and also future meetings to get it out there so we knew what was going on. So if it's not on here, that's a screw up. That's a mistake. That's the bottom line. We got to have accurate information. So someone was given a chance to put it on here. So all I can do is, we're not there. We rely upon you guys. So if we don't have accurate information, it's kind of hard to make an informed decision if we don't have that. So, I mean, you come up here and tell me right now that, hey, the information's not complete, we're missing parts. That doesn't sit very well with me. And that's one of the reasons that I want to take this over and get involved in it, because ultimately, I'm not going to blame you. I appreciate everything you've done. But ultimately, the buck stops up here with us. Okay. We're responsible.
Prior to November 18th, 2009, the council had never asked us to take attendance at our meetings. So when we went back and tried to recreate our numbers, we did the best we could. There were, just in checking rough numbers with one of the council members, commissioners back there, we've probably spoken to in excess of 2,000 or 3,000 people. Whether that's a number that's acceptable or not, I don't know. But obviously, I'm not going to convince you. But the other thing I wanted to address was on the issue of this money would take us up to the day it goes on the ballot, and it would give us the information that we want to present to you at that joint meeting that we talked about last time. After that, I think it's the general opinion of the commissioners, though we haven't specifically expressed it, that we will no longer exist. I understand why it would be nice to have us there to do the outreach, but I think one of the things you run into is when we are acting on behalf of the city as members of a city commission, we have to be neutral. We can tell people what's in the charter. We can't tell them vote yes or vote no. And quite frankly, we believe in the document. If there's a document that we want to support, that you pass out, that we believe in, and I think that's what it's going to be, we don't want a charter commission existing once it goes on the ballot, because we want to be able to go out there, knock on doors, say, vote yes, this is the right thing to do. So in terms of the football analogy, I may not be as close to the goal. I don't view it as close to the goal line yet, but I do agree that once it's on the ballot, we shouldn't exist anymore.
Jake,
and that's our perspective.
You're an attorney. You're very good at oral arguments. But I sit up here and I get the information from my council members. The information comes to us regarding the commission. So we're informed. We're not there, so we kind of know what's going on. You got your finger on the pulse. And for you to come up here and tell me that, hey, it's 2,000 to 3,000, and I'm looking at numbers that we got from you guys, and it's less than 300, that's at opposite ends. I mean, my head wants to explode right now. How can you tell me that's 2,000 to 3,000, and yet the numbers are here are different? Somebody has some screwed up math. I mean, how are we supposed to get good information up here? That is so frustrating, and that's one of the reasons I want to pull it back. Honestly, I mean, whoever signed off on this, I have no idea. That concerns me. That's red flags, and it's just very frustrating up here. Like I said, you rely upon staff. Everybody up here is working. We're very busy. We're committed to our city, and it's so important for us to get good, accurate information. And I feel like a fool up here that I'm trying to talk and be knowledgeable, and you're telling me the information I have from you guys is wrong, dramatically wrong. 300 to 3,000?
Well, Councilman, first of all, you gave us a resolution directing us what to do. Never in there were we told we needed to keep attendance and keep detailed statistics. We are, like you, volunteers. Second, for me, it's very discouraging as a citizen who's committed themselves to volunteering on a very time-consuming project when I have other things to come up here. And I don't know, when a citizen is repeatedly berated like this, when they come before the city as a volunteer and to be talked to like this, it is very discouraging for anyone to be involved.
Jake, it's not.
You just looked into me. Would you allow me to respond?
It's not berating. What I'm saying is the council got up here. The council said it wasn't just statistics. It's communication. The big thing is communication, and we wanted people to know when the meetings were, and meetings were not held in secret. So number one, I'm not going to sit up here and argue with you. Okay? Period.
Well, what I'm saying is you have twice at two public meetings, Councilman.
Jake, hold on.
At two council meetings,
No. Jake, listen up, okay? I'm being firm with you. I'm not being disrespectful. What I'm saying is the council asked, hey, when you have meetings in the future, get it out there for the public, because up until then, the information wasn't getting out there, and a lot of folks felt that, hey, it was being held and information was given to a select group. That's why the council got involved, not because we're berating. We're hearing complaints from other people that it's kind of a secretive process, and it's not open, it's not transparent, Jake. So that's why the council got involved and said that, and after the fact, hey, give us the information, because you know what? We had to answer to constituents and not a small group of people. So you know what? Like I said, we can sit up here and go back and forth all day. And I'm not going to do it with you, okay? But no one's trying to be belittling. But like I said, it's level of frustration. And I think prior to tonight, every council member up here has expressed some level of frustration with what's gone on. So like I said, hey, you're a lawyer. You can talk all day. But you know what? I'm not buying it right now. I'm not going to sit here and have an exchange with you.
Mr. Mayor, could I respond? What bothers me is I volunteered my time. Last time I was here, this council member suggested that I was being a racist, or the commission was being racist in their outreach. Now I'm being told that we're not transparent. We have had noticed public meetings. We have discussed our outreach. At every meeting, we report back on where we're going. We have sent notices in numerous ways to numerous people, asking any group that will let us meet, that will meet with us, we will meet with them. Now, we have ran into issues in terms of collecting we had actually at one point discussed, should we be doing sign-in sheets and that sort of thing. Under state law, one of the things that we were directed by the city attorney was that the sign-in sheet had to have a notice warning people that their name and information, if we collected it, became a public record, which means anybody who did a PRA request could get. Now, a lot of people at the meetings I attended and a lot of other meetings weren't going to sign that document. They asked about that notice. Now, some people did sign those. We didn't, until November 18th, we did not understand the priority this council had at us coming in and proving how many people we talked to and where we'd been. We were out doing our best to try and reach and communicate with any group we could find. Now, that list Councilman Cooper's holding up, I'd encourage the press and the community to take a look at it, and I would defy anyone to say it's anything less than transparent and that it's anything less than trying to reach out to the entire community, whether it's the Rotary, whether it was the Elk Grove Newcomers Club, whether it was 4 or 5 people at a coffee shop. This commission has worked its tail off to try and educate this community. And it's very discouraging for public service, for anyone who's going to volunteer to come in and constantly have allegations and accusations leveled at them with, and then being told, I don't want to hear your response, and then mock their profession. It gets really old, and it's very frustrating, and frankly, it's not conducive of what I would expect from any officer of this city, particularly, I won't go any farther.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you.
And what I will say is review the tape, and I take exception to comment on racist. So if you go back, folks, and review the tape of what happened, like Mr. Detrick, hey, look at the tape and review what happened. I never, ever said racist remarks. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's a flat-out lie. I've never said racist remarks ever. I'm passionate about what I do. I care about my city. I care about transparency. But I've never, ever said racist. I take exception to that, and that's a flat-out lie by Mr. Rambo. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close public comment and move to council deliberation discussion. Councilmember Davis.